Hello, you guys. I am headed to Johnny Mae's Soul Food. I know my finger's in the way. Trying to. Alright. I gotta mount my thing in the car.
In about 6.5 miles, take the exit to merge onto I-240 North.
I am headed to Johnny Mae's Soul Food. Want to see how it tastes. I guess I should. I don't know. We'll see. Said it was 14 minutes away. I'm on the freeway now. Said I have to go about 6 miles and then do something. But anyway, I will see you guys when I get there because I am excited to try it. David is at the hotel with the doggies and I am just picking it up to go back so that we can try it for you guys and let you know what we think. See you then. Well, you guys, I got off the freeway. Oh my gosh, I'm up here doing 70 miles an hour, 70 a little plus, wondering why folks weren't going so fast. And I'm like, and then the speed limit is 55 on the freeway. I'm like, who still does 55? Oops, it's kind of weird to me. But anyway, you had some folks flying past me. They were doing 90. And then its sign says, slow down Memphis. I'm at Johnny Mae's getting ready to order. And they still have their grand opening sign up. So I will head on in. I did a second take at the menu. I did look at it online and I wanted the Snapper Club sandwich minus the bacon. But when I ordered it, she said that they didn't have it anymore. I'm like, just my luck. So I got the 2-piece catfish dinner, the greens and mac and cheese. And I ordered David the chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, and gravy. After I ordered, I was looking for a place to sit so that I could wait for the order. And I saw the paintings on the wall. And I decided to videotape them. I kept walking over the first few pictures because people were sitting underneath them and I didn't want them to think I was videotaping them, so I just kept it moving. And then I found my seat. I had to climb into the stool. It was so high, and that was funny. And so I was sitting there. I told her she reminded me of my hairdresser that was in Las Vegas, and so you can see me moving my hands. I am anxiously waiting. I said, well, shoot, I might as well have me a drink while I'm waiting. So I asked her, what does she recommend? Because she asked me what I like to drink. I told her as far as alcohol, vodka, so she made up a concoction and brought it to me. It looks delicious. I thought it was going to be a foo-foo drink, you know, one of them sweet drinks for little girlies. So I said, let me put my purse down and see what this is about. And then when I tasted it, I was like, what? That thing was so delicious and strong. So I had to give it a mix. I didn't even know what to do. I was going to eat the orange and the strawberry. And I said, well, let me just remove it. And then I said, let me put it back the way it was and just drink it. And so I was sipping on it, and it was really good. I really, really liked it. And long story short, as I was drinking it, you know, I'm dancing and jiving to the music because I'm like, they are playing song after song that I haven't heard in a long time, which reminded me of when I was in Vegas. But I asked her, what did she have in the drink? And she told me it was vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, and strawberry juice. And I was like, dang, so simple, but yet so delicious. And I guess it depends on the amount that you put of each. So that I don't know. I'd have to experiment with it. I was actually babying it because I knew I couldn't drink it fast because of the alcohol content. And I knew I was driving, so I had to drink it slow. And I was waiting on the food. They were surely taking their time, so I figured it was going to be delicious. And when I tell you that this place was a vibe, it was a vibe. And if you know, you know. You know what I'm talking about. The music, I mean, I was like, what? Like I said before, it reminded me of being in Las Vegas, listening to 88.1, going out on the west side, getting you something to eat and sitting there when the music's playing and just watching everyone, because I like to look around and just watch how other people are interacting. And you can tell that these are regulars that go there. So this was early. I would say at about 2, 3, maybe that early, but I can imagine when sun falls how packed the place is, and I just love to see what people are doing at that time when they go there. I was like, dang, forget that, I want my strawberries. So I was going to eat the orange peel, but then I was like, nah, I want the strawberries. So that's what I ate. And let me tell you, while I was sitting there waiting, there were like 5 boys, young boys, about, I would say between the age of 10 and 13. They came in, left their bikes outside the door and came inside and asked for change. They didn't want to buy anything. They wanted change. And they had $100 bills. Like 2 of them had $100 bill. And the waitress didn't ask any questions. She just broke it for each of them. I'll get back to them in a minute. I am asking her, how much is this bill? Can I get my ticket? Because I know I can only have one. This was delicious and I did not want to overdo it. So I was like, let me just go ahead and finish this while I wait for my food. So she gave me my ticket. I was like, look, got me sweating. And look how much I have. I haven't even barely touched it. I was like, what? This is so delicious and dangerous. When they're delicious and dangerous, you will overdo it. So I'm like, before I get me a little buzz going on, let me go ahead and pay for this right away. So after I paid for my drink, the boys were still there. And before she gave them the change from the $100 bills, she looked at them, to make sure they were good. And then one of the guys, I guess he's a regular. Like I said, those people I believe were regulars. He took the $100 bills and he looked at them and he was like, yeah, they're good. And then he made the comment. He was like, yeah, they probably stole that out their mama's purse. I was like, what? But where would they get them from? They just randomly came in, and then somebody told me they were selling UGG drays. So I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I am in Memphis and I don't know anything about that. You know what I mean? But it does make you wonder, because they didn't earn it out on the like at a job or something like that, because they were way underage to have that large of amount of money. But I guess they went to the place they know they can break it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just, like I said, just sitting here patiently waiting while I am jamming to the music. If we didn't have the dogs, I would have loved for David to have come with me, because we would just stay there and eat our food while we jam to the music and get a little taste of Memphis. And the lady that just walked past, she must have had a large order, and the lemonade must be really good. But since I was drinking this, I didn't want to like order some lemonade just to try it. But she was filling up to-go containers with lemonade, and she ran out of lemonade and had to make some more. I'm like, dang, that lemonade must be delicious. And then as I was sitting there, David texted me and asked me to bring some water or juice. And so I saw that they have a refrigerator in there that has like drinks in it. So I asked the waitress how much was the water, and she said $2 a bottle. So I went ahead and got 6 bottles. Yes, I paid $12 for 6 bottles of water, but I was not going to go to the store where I don't know where I am and in a bad area of town, which I know I was in a bad area of town. And I just wasn't going to adventure out like that. I was like, I knew I was going to go straight to the restaurant and right back to the hotel. So that was the plan. So I went ahead and ordered those, and she put them in a plastic bag, and I was just waiting to take them with me once my food was ready. I didn't videotape it, so I'm going to tell you now. When she brought the food, she was packaging it up in the bag, and I told her, no, I want to see each and everything that's in there just to make sure I got everything and to see how everything was presented. And it did look really, really good, with all the spices and everything. And they did put everything in the bag that was supposed to be in there. And then this is the refrigerator behind the counter where they work that I was telling you about, where the water and stuff was at. And that's the lemonade. I don't know if you can see the container over there. And then this was the waitress. I told her she reminded me of my hairdresser in Las Vegas. All right, see you back at the hotel. And then I forgot I did order those soul rolls, which consists of mac and cheese, greens, yams, and peas. David said they were good, but it was more like a dessert. That's his chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, and salad. And, of course, my 2-piece fried fish, mac and cheese, and greens. And I will see you on the next video when I do the mukbang eating the food. Bye.